So welcome back to Yoga Studio 9. I want to spend some time today offering you guys a tool that one of my teachers gave to me. And this tool is called shoulder loop and understanding the principles of shoulder loop. If you can consider for a minute how most of us experience our day, we're sort of rounded forward like this, their heads leaning forward. And when we're in this state physically, we're in a specific state emotionally and psychologically. In this shape, the heart is totally collapsed, right? I'm leading with my head instead of ultimately, and check this out, check out this transformation. Meeting the world from this place. Physically, when I meet the world from this place, I am in a totally different state of empowerment than when I meet the world from this place. Okay? So what I want to do today is spend some time giving you tools to access this freedom and ultimately this sense of fearlessness when you engage with the world. So I have my friend Karin here today to help demonstrate that. Thank you. Can you come into Virasana? Good. So again, Karin, go ahead and take on the closed heart, the sort of reverse of shoulder loop. Right? So Karin is in this state, right? And ultimately what we want to assist her in doing is transforming. Now lift your arm bones, Karin. Let your hands rest on your thighs. Roll your shoulders back. Slide the sides of your neck back. Even slide the skull back is fighting more of this alignment, okay? So you can see already just in those few little points of attention in her physical body that already her breath is actually moving more fluidly through her form. Okay, so we're going to take it to the wall as a first step in actually feeling this in your own body. Okay, so come with me to the wall. So this is a really sweet drill that you can do at home that's very simple but incredibly effective of understanding what's happening in your skull during shoulder loop. Okay, so first, Karin, can you put this between your knees and then the upper area just above your knees? Great. And then Karin's going to come all the way back to the wall. Good. And notice that her feet are about 18 inches. Her heels are about 18 inches, 12 to 18 inches away from the wall. So the first thing that she's going to do is she's going to squeeze the brick with her legs. This is going to create muscular energy. It almost like draws attention to what we call the midline of the body, right? And your spine runs on the midline of your body. Then the next thing that she's going to do is very lightly press her skull and slide the sides of her neck back towards the wall until just her skull is on the wall, and in fact the rest of her body is off of the wall. Right, so the effectiveness of that is that she's literally drawing a few pounds of pressure from the palate in her mouth back into the skull. And with that pressure, she's able to draw her chest and the bottom tips of her shoulder blades away from the wall. So when you do this at home, find this space and breathe for about 45 seconds, slow and steady. Skull back. Bottom of your sternum forward. So breathe there. Okay, so once you've come off of the wall, make your way into sphinx pose, which Karin is demonstrating. One thing that's really helpful in this pose, again, just as you place the brick in between your knees on the wall, you can place a brick in between the inner edges of your feet in cobra, or sphinx, excuse me. And feel how by squeezing your legs towards that brick, you'll find muscular energy in your legs. Okay, again, that's really relevant when we're talking about opening up the heart, and we're talking about finding access in the chest. So once she squeezes that brick, she's going to feel that phantom wall at the back of her skull. And she's going to energetically press, I can feel her pressing into my hand right now, her skull into that phantom wall. Then simultaneously, and all the while you're breathing, you're going to draw your inner arm bones slightly up and then back into the back plane of your body. Right? That's the action that we demonstrated earlier. And then as she presses her skull back, her inner shoulders back. She's going to draw the bottom tips of her shoulder blades forward. This action right here is the same as drawing the bottom of your sternum straight forward, which again is shoulder loop. So she's going to inhale here, and then she's going to exhale to come all the way down. And Karin, place your hands for cobra now. Transitioning, we'll take a little bit deeper. She squeezes the brick, finds muscular energy in her legs, soaks her pubic bone and tailbone to the ground, and then inhale, she rises up. Good. So same principles apply here. Karin, show the opposite of shoulder loop for a minute. Her shoulders hunch forward, her skull hangs down. Okay? So applying what we've learned, she's going to roll her upper arm bones up and back, and she's going to slide her skull into that phantom wall that she pressed into a moment ago. And with as much energy as she draws back with her skull, she's going to draw forward with the bottom tips of her shoulder blades, pulling the entire bottom of her sternum forward. 2 more breaths here. Yeah, and then exhale, she's going to lower. So you really want to allow yourself to be patient as you explore this loop. It's not a loop that just clicks into place necessarily. Every moment of your breath is assisting the expansion and the opening of the loop. So there's no need to rush your breath. We'll do one more exercise so you guys can kind of feel this a little bit more deeply at home. Okay, so for a final drill for helping you understand shoulder loop and the component parts, bridge pose, and specifically supported bridge pose, is a great place to come. So Karin, can you lift up and show the placement of the brick under the pelvis? Good. So whether you're placing a brick or a pillow or a couple folded towels, whatever you have at home that's available, you want to place it right under the sacrum. That's different than having it at the waistline or down at the bottom of your buns. It's kind of in that midline there. Good. So again, she's going to hug her legs towards each other. Though there's not a brick there anymore, that same energy applies. You want to find your midline, the muscular energy at your midline. And then from here, she's going to just work her arm bones under her body, rolling her upper arms under. Right? If there wasn't a brick, she might interlace her hands, but there's a brick there. So again, to consider what's happening in shoulder loop, the skull is pressing more into the back plane of your body. So in this relationship to gravity, the skull and the sides of the neck are sliding down. So once you've set yourself up in bridge pose, slide the skull down softly into the earth. And with as much pounds of pressure as you're drawing your skull down, lift the bottom tips of your shoulder blades up. Okay? So you have these 2 oppositional energies that are assisting the overall expansion of your heart. Again, once you're in bridge, find your breath, find your midline, slide the skull and sides of your neck down, and lift the bottom tips of your shoulder blades up. So enjoy this for about 10 to 15 breaths. Again, feel that relationship of the back of your skull and the expansion of your heart.